Good morning. It's April 7th, 2022. This is To My Liberal Friends, and I'm John Haddo. I'm still traveling, but there are a couple of issues in the political news today that I caught my eye and I want to make some comments on them. First, the removal of Title 42 on the southern border is becoming a hot-button issue in the Congress. What this entails is the United States will no longer remove illegal immigrants under a public health policy due to concerns about COVID. Republicans have honed in on this, and Democrats are in a difficult spot. Democrats are trying to once again pass another COVID relief package, as if we don't have enough spent on this already. And Republicans are trying to tie this package to keeping Title 42 in place. And ironically, there's a number of Democrats, remember, they're now moving into full campaign mode for the midterms. They're expressing some strong concerns about the lack of any clear policy by the administration. And with some reports indicating another huge surge at the border, up to 20,000 per day, they fear this may start to turn voters away from them and the Democratic Party. Republicans are trying to force a vote on this in the Senate, and Chuck Schumer's been put in the box. We already have seen several Democrat senators speak out on the immigration issue and the lack of a clear policy, as they see it as a vulnerability. Democrats want to pass a $10 billion COVID bill without any amendments, but once again, the haphazard policies from the administration put them in a box. Susan Collins, never to be considered a right-wing Republican, put it very clearly, quote, "The mistake was deciding and announcing that the administration intended to repeal Title 42. I think there's widespread bipartisan support for retaining Title 42, and it's important to get a vote on it," end quote. So if she's demanding a vote, it signals danger zone for Chuck Schumer. Stay tuned, because it's going to get played out in the next couple of days. The second thing I noticed, the United Kingdom has announced it will build 8 new nuclear reactors as they try to end reliance on energy from Russia. This is welcome news, because for the past 2 decades, countries have been closing nuclear power plants as environmentalists have demanded they be shut down. But I've always thought this was counterproductive to their message, because nuclear power offers a cleaner form of energy than fossil fuels, and yet the enviros and climate fearmongers have given them a no vote. I would hope that we could start moving back to nuclear power here in the United States as well. The old fears of what can happen if there is a breakdown are still somewhat valid, but the new safety concerns and better construction methods have reduced these issues significantly. Third, you gotta love the boldness of Texas Governor Abbott. He's going to charter buses and take illegal immigrants, those that volunteer to go. These immigrants crossing the border, he wants to take them up to Washington, D.C. He said he will drop them off the U.S. Capitol. Perhaps the illegal immigration advocates in Congress can take them into their apartments and house and feed them. It would be the humanitarian thing to do, since they keep telling the rest of us that we need to be more accepting. Another suggestion is drop them off at Vice President Harris's residence. After all, she is the immigration czar, and perhaps she can take them into the residence and help them out. Fourth, the Senate will vote to confirm Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. It is clear to anyone watching that she has the votes to be confirmed, with at least 3 Republicans indicating support. I've stated that I think she should be confirmed simply because she is judicially qualified. And while I might object to her judicial philosophy, I object to that being the grounds to oppose any nominee. To use that as your basis for voting yes or no means that politics will dominate this and all future nominees. That's a step backward in maintaining the independence and separation of the judicial branch. I know that many conservatives will disagree with me, but this is just my opinion. Finally, Joe Biden repeatedly saying that his family would not be cashing in on his name appears to be just idle chatter for the media's consumption. We all know by now that his son Hunter has cashed in millions of dollars simply by being named Biden and linking his foreign deals to access to his dad. Now Biden's sister, Valerie Biden-Owens, is releasing her new book, Growing Up Biden, a memoir. And the cover will feature a photo of her and the president and her siblings at a young age. This despite the strong statement by Jen Psaki, White House spokesperson last January. Quote, "It's the White House policy that the president's name should not be used in connection with any commercial activities to suggest or in any way in any way they could reasonably be understood to imply this endorsement or support, end quote. But what the heck? Every other Biden's been making bank on Joe and his political positions, so why shouldn't Valerie make some money as well? But just remember, if this were another politician, say Donald Trump, you can bet the media would be all over this with negative stories. P.S. It's opening day in baseball today, and the first round of the Masters will be played. Tiger Woods playing in the Masters, so expect some blockbuster TV ratings. This has been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening.